lesson will focus on the ancient civilization. This lesson includes tradition, belief, practices, and their achievement. We are going to see about four civilizations. During the Bronze Age, areas around the Indus Valley in the Indian subcontinent, the Nile Valley in Egypt, the valleys of Tigris and Euphrates in Mesopotamia, and Huanghe in China had become centers of civilization. Why the civilization developed on river banks? Because of abundant supply of water to support large settlements, land was fertile and crops grew in plenty. Rivers acted as means of transport to carry humans and goods from one place to another. As a result, trade increased, leading to the growth of towns and cities. Just a minute. What is civilization? It is nothing but a society which has its own highly developed culture and way of life. Now we move on to the African continent. Here comes your 1 minute reading. Africa is a very large continent and comes only second to Asia in size and population. It lies between latitudes 37 degree north and 35 degrees south and longitudes 17 degree west and 50 degree east. The equator passes through the middle of the continent. The north of the continent is broader than the south, so the part north of the equator is larger in area than the part south of it. The African continent is surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean on the west, the Indian Ocean in the south and east, the Red Sea in the northeast, and the Mediterranean Sea in the north. It is connected to Asia by a narrow piece of land in the northeast called the Isthmus of Suez. Shall I say something about isthmus? It is nothing but a narrow piece of land that joins two large landmasses and divides two water bodies. For example, Isthmus of Panama. It joins North America and South America and divides Pacific Ocean and Atlantic Ocean. The narrow Strait of Gibraltar separates Africa from Europe in the northwest. What do you mean by strait? It is nothing but two bigger landmasses are divided by water bodies. For example, India and Sri Lanka are separated by Park Strait. It joins two water bodies, that is Indian Ocean and Bay of Bengal. There are 54 countries in African continent. Africa was a long isolated from the rest of the world because of its geographical features. It was popularly known as the Dark Continent. However, in the 19th century, famous explorers like Mungo Park, David Livingstone, Henry Morgan Stanley ventured deep into the continent and mapped the areas they visited and the courses of the major rivers. Thus, slowly, people from outside came to know of the wealth of the continent. The United Arab Republic, also known as Egypt, forms the eastern edge of the continent. On the western side, it has Libya. On the southern side, it has Sudan. On the eastern side, Red Sea. And on the northern side, it has Mediterranean Sea. The most striking feature of the country is the river Nile, the longest river in the world, on whose banks and delta the Egyptian civilization grew and prospered. To the west and east of the Nile are deserts, but the Nile has water in it all through the year and the most in the hot season when water is most needed for cultivation of crops. So, from very ancient times, the Egyptians settled on the banks of the river and farmed crops there. Much of Egypt's agricultural land and villages lie on the sides of the Nile in the wide valley north of the George and in the large delta at its mouth. Egypt, therefore, is rightly called the gift of the Nile. Ancient Egypt developed in a river valley, the valley of river Nile. The ancient Greek historian Herodotus called Egypt the gift of the Nile. Every year, the river would overflow its bank, transforming the entire valley into a vast lake. When the waters receded, they left behind a deposit of black, fertile soil along each bank. Crops grew easily in the soil and yielded rich harvest. The Nile provided water for irrigation. The Egyptians built an elaborate network of canals, dams, dikes, and reservoirs to carry on agriculture on a large scale. River Nile enabled Egyptians to develop trade relations with neighboring countries. The valley of the Nile was a narrow strip of fertile land stretching along the banks of the Nile. It was about 1,200 kilometers long. The rest of the country was a desert of sand and stone. These deserts served as natural barriers to foreign invasions. So the early Egyptian settlers enjoyed many years of peace and security, during which they learned to build huts, grow crops, domesticate animals, and establish a society of their own. Finally, where the river meets the Mediterranean Sea, it forms a large triangular delta cut by many channels called distributaries. Right, I want to say about distributary here. Distributaries is nothing but branch out from a river and distribute its water and alluvium through many channels over the delta before joining the sea. Again, I am repeating, distributaries branch out from a river and distribute its water and alluvium through many channels over the delta before joining the sea. What do you mean by tributaries then? Tributaries join a river and carry water and alluvium into it. The distributaries carry water of the river over a wide area and make farming possible in the desert. Cairo is the capital of Egypt. It is in the delta. The Sahara in the north and Nabib and Kalahari in the south have extreme temperatures and very dry climate with little or no rainfall. It is very hot during the day and very cold at night. The summers are extremely hot while the winters are bitterly cold. Strong hot winds often blow for days together. Owing to the hot and extremely dry climate, only cacti, scrub and thorny bushes grow here. Date palm trees grow around the water hole or oasis. It is here that travelers stop to water their animals and rest. If the water is adequate and suitable for drinking, then some cultivation of crops is also possible and permanent settlements are established there. The camel is the most important animal of the desert. It is suited to conditions in the desert because it can live without food and even water for days together. It is the main beast of burden in the desert and is rightly called the ship of the desert. Insects of various kinds, lizards, foxes, donkeys and horses are also found in this region. The ostrich, a large flightless bird, is found in the Kalahari Desert. Archaeological excavations, inscriptions and official documents have helped historians to reconstruct the history of ancient Egypt. The history of ancient Egypt, it is divided into Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom and the New Kingdom. 1700 to 1600, for 100 years, Egypt was invaded and ruled by Hyksos tribes, then by Babylonians, Assyrians, Persians, and finally by Alexander the Great. Alexander founded the city of Alexandria. It later became one of the greatest cultural centers of the ancient world. During the reign of Ptolemy, one of the generals of Alexander. From the early times, Egypt is divided into three categories. They are lower class, middle class and upper class. These were united and ruled by pharaohs, become a brilliant civilization that lasted until the death of Cleopatra, the last pharaoh. Here I want to say about Cleopatra. Cleopatra was the name of 7 queens in ancient Egypt. However, only one Cleopatra became famous and popular, that is Cleopatra 7. She was famed for her beauty and intelligence. She ascended the throne when she was only 17 years old. She was fluent in 9 languages. Both Julius Caesar and Mark Antony quoted her. In 30 BC, she committed suicide. I told you already, the society is divided into three classes. Upper class, it consisted of royal family, rich landowners, high-ranking priests, government officials and doctors. Middle class, it consisted of craft peoples, merchants, lower clergy and manufacturers. Lower class, peasants. At the bottom of the social hierarchy, we have slaves. They are the prisoners of the war. Family life. They were in close-knit groups. Women were treated with respect. Children, they led a very happy life. The boys went to school and the girls stayed at home and learnt housework. They had family outings. Recreations included like hunting, fishing, swimming and sailing on the Nile. Food. Wheat was their staple diet. They also ate vegetables, fruits, dairy products and meat. Dress. Dresses were made of white linen. They dressed very simply. Both men and women were fond of jewelry, cosmetics and wigs. More attention was given for their hairstyles. Houses were made of sun-baked bricks. The rooms were very airy. Agriculture was the main occupation of the people because of the fertile soil, abundant water supply, and a vast irrigation network. Their chief crops were wheat, barley, and millet. Vegetables and fruits such as dates, apples, peaches, and figs were grown. Pigs, cows, sheep, goats, donkeys, and camels were domesticated. There were skilled craftspeople such as potters, goldsmiths, carpenters, weavers, sculptors and painters. Sculptors carved large stone statues of kings and gods, while the artists decorated the tomb walls with exquisite paintings. These paintings tells us about the lifestyle of the early Egyptians. Architects built remarkable monuments such as pyramids and temples. The Great Pyramid at Giza is one of the 7 wonders of the world. Another architectural wonder is the Sphinx, a mythological figure with the body of a lion and the head of a man. It is carved out of a single block of stone. Egyptian doctors and surgeons were renowned for their skills. They made an elaborate technique in mummifying or embalming a dead body. This is a proof of their advanced knowledge of medicine and human anatomy. Doctors specialized in the treatment of eyes, teeth, etc. Trade and commerce. Trade were carried on both by land and by sea routes. Boats were used along the Nile, camels and donkeys on roads. They built world's first seafaring ships. They exported linen, wheat, glassware, jewelry and furniture. And their imports include gold, ivory and copper. Barter system was adopted. Medium of exchange was usually grain, silver and copper. They practiced polytheism. They worshipped many gods and goddesses connected with nature. Ra, the sun god, Osiris, the god of the blessed dead, were important gods. Pharaohs were also worshipped as gods. Certain animals and birds were also worshipped. Mummification. Mummies of Egypt. The Egyptians believed in life after death, so they preserved the dead body. A dead body was embalmed with spices and natron salt. Natron salt is nothing but a combination of sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate. It is wrapped in fine linen. Such a preserved body is known as mummy. The preservation process is called as mummification. After 40 days, when the salt absorbed all the moisture, the body was filled with sawdust and wrapped with strips of linen cloth and covered with a fabric. The body was stored in a stone coffin called sarcophagus. Food, wine, clothes, furniture, jewelry and weapons were put into the tombs. Pyramids were the tombs of the pharaohs. Political life and administration. Pharaoh, king of Egypt, they were very powerful and was treated like god. Country was divided into many provinces. Each provinces were called as nomes. It was governed by official nomarch. King was assisted by officials. They supervised every aspect of administration. The government collected all the revenues. Taxes was collected and was taken to the royal treasury. Philosophy, science and literature. The Egyptians were excelled in science, literature, philosophy, astronomy and mathematics. Sundial, water clock and glass were developed by them. They devised a solar calendar that consisted of 12 months of 30 days each, and 5 days were added to the end of the last month. Achievements of the Egyptian civilization. Writing. The Egyptians developed a form of writing called hieroglyphic script. In the beginning, they used picture writing. Each picture stood for a separate word. About 2000 picture signs have been found on ancient pyramids and temples. Later, they developed a simplified alphabet which had 24 consonants. Paper. At first, they wrote on stone, walls and clay tablets. Later, they used paper which they made from papyrus, a water reed. The word paper comes from the word papyrus. Ink. The Egyptians wrote from right to left using a reed, sharpened at the end. They used ink made of gum, water and soot. Mathematics. Advanced system of mathematics was developed by the Egyptians to deal with tasks such as the construction of pyramids and other monuments. Astronomy. They were the first to make an instrument to observe the movements of stars and planets. By 1000 BC, the glory of Egyptian empire had declined. Okay, children, after each civilization, MCQ questions are added, answer to those questions. Next, we meet in part second. Thank you.